Hello, everyone. My name is Karen Cornell, and I'm your Creative Memories advisor, and I'm here to talk to you about the Floral Peaks border cartridge. This is a border punch, not a border cartridge, sorry, excuse me. This is a border punch, and it is just a punch because it has the little triangles right there, and right here you see it. So that helps you line it up. It also has, sorry, the little mess there. You have the lines here. Can't really see them right there and there. And that helps you line up where your paper needs to go. So if you've never used one of these punches, the border punches before, you basically, I started this so we don't have so much noise and wiggle. So the way you do this is you line it up with the little triangle, lines up right where you need to, and then you punch it. And then you slide it until the next triangle, and then you're done. So, and then you have your little mess left over, and we throw that away. So, that is how you punch a border punch. And the way this one stays connected. So you're going to have to cut it. So if you want just a simple border, this one I did at 1 1/4. So I line it up, and I take my straight blade and I cut it. And there is my beautiful 1 1/4 inch border. So let's see what that looks like. See how pretty that is? Very simple, but let me show you how much fun I've had playing with this. So I started just experimenting, and I was inspired by my friend Carrie at the crop last weekend, because she took this border punch and she used an 1/8 of an inch strip to go through and weaved it. And look how beautiful that, you get a little bit of a glare, but see how pretty that is? It's absolutely beautiful, and it changes the look of it. So she did this actually with, I believe it was like a gray. It was very muted tones, and it was very stunning. She had it go on a 2-page spread straight across. It was absolutely gorgeous. I wish I had a picture of it. She'll have to post a picture of it because it was really pretty. But I know I get asked all the time, where's an 1/8 of an inch on my trimmer? Well, an 1/8 of an inch is the end of the gray mat. So you would line up your paper right at the end of the gray. And that's where you get your 1/8 of an inch, okay? It's right at the end of the gray. So just remember that for the future. Now, let me show you what I played with. So I started with a 2 1/4 inch. And this is the design I got. This is 2 1/4 inch. When I punch this, I punch it on one side, and then you have to flip it and do the other side. So if you're punching, let's say you get a strip. Let me show you 2 1/4. So if I'm punching this and you're like, well, I can't see it when I put it through. Well, that's when you have to do the Post-it trick. Here's the Post-it note trick. You take a Post-it note, you put it right at the edge of your paper, so it elongates your paper. You put it in, you line it up. Now you can see your lines at the end. So you can see your lines. So you're going to put your lines in there, and you're going to punch it. Sorry, I just jammed it with too much stuff in there. And then when you're done, you're going to take this off. You can reuse it, so don't throw it away, or you can get a new one. Then you're going to flip it, and you're going to line this up again right at the edge. Make sure it's flush down there. Line it up at the line, and then punch it. Sorry for the vibration and the jiggle of the camera. But when you do that, you take this off, and it comes off. You just may have to. There, Comes right off. Now, this one leaves a little bit of these little triangles, or you just have to take your little scissors and cut them off. And I moved it a little bit, so see it's a little off, but you get the idea. But it should look like this if you line it up correctly. I moved it a little bit because I think I shimmied it to the left a little bit too much. But that's the idea of it. So that you have to definitely use the Post-it note trick when you go at 2 1/4. You will also have to use it at 2 1/2, which this one's my favorite. I think it really gives a really big geometric shape to it, design. I absolutely love it. I think it's stunning. You could do that in any color. The next one we have is I went up to 2 3/4. So that's 2 3/4. With this one, I was like, well, it leaves a big gap there. You could keep that gap. But then I was like, well, let's see if I use my Victorian blade for my trimmer, and I cut a 1/2 inch strip down the middle. And then I did an 1/8 of an inch with my straight blade. And this one, I was inspired by Wimbledon on this one because it just looks like Wimbledon to me. Love my tennis. Anyway, so, and then here is 3 inches. And I did the Victorian blade on this, but you could use any blade. You could use a straight blade, but you do have a bit wider strip there compared to the 2 3/4. So you could go even wider and make a wider border and put a title down the middle. Definitely that's a possibility. So these are just some ideas of what you could do with the Floral Peaks border punch. Very fun, very can be very geometric, not just florally. So I hope you enjoy it. The punch is available on my website or through me for $28.50. Thank you.